Well, I think it's a bit of a relief that, that the hard Brexit seems to be off the table. Of the scenarios that you described, I think an extension is by far the most likely now. It's very difficult to see how the Prime Minister could not obey the orders of Parliament. And I think it's been pretty clear, and it will go through the Lords. There will be no filibuster, there will be royal assent. So there's a clear mandate to go to Brussels, unless there's a deal before October 19th. Now, what's the chances of that? I have to agree with Barnier, it's close to zero, because no negotiations are actually happening. And they've been negotiating since Article 50 was triggered for 888 days. Now we have like a bit more than 50 days left, and we have a much more antagonistic relationship between Brussels and Number 10. What's the chances of a breakthrough in that period of time? I think it's minimalistic. Now, the strategy of the UK government, the new UK government, was to just run down the clock and instill a sense of panic in the EU negotiating team, or the member states of the EU. That is clearly not going to happen. This is a total misjudgment of how the EU works. And I think this has been one of the problems from the very beginning of the negotiation process, that the UK government did not understand how the EU works, how they negotiate, and the people that actually knew about it, they were taken out of the negotiation team. So grandstanding is not a strategy.
No, indeed not. You know, I was going back and looking at the year-to-date performance of the pound.
Yes.
Versus the dollar, it's 4% weaker. Versus euro, it's only 0.2% weaker.
It is exactly at the same spot as it were on January 1st. This is remarkable, because back then you still had sort of more, you know, prospect of a proper deal being negotiated. You know, in March we had all the indicative deals, so all of this was still on the table. Now, I think what you have now is a relief that you have probably another 3 months. But what can be achieved in the 3 months? I mean, the basic conflicts remain the same. It's basically the Irish backstop. So unless we have an election and a non-conservative government, these problems will continue to pop up. It's just delayed by 3 months.
My point is, so much of the narrative in the UK is about who's going to get hit harder on a Brexit, right? And every time there's bad German data, the Brexiteers are cheering, and every time there's bad UK data, you know, the people in Europe are. So you know, there's a narrative on both sides. But actually, if you look at the currency pair between euro and sterling, the market is saying that both are going to get equally hit. Yeah,
but that is just not true. I mean, this is delusional. The UK exports 15% of its GDP to Europe. Germany exports like 4% of its GDP to the UK. So overall, yes, there is a deficit in trade between the UK and Europe, but the UK is a much smaller place, so it hits it much bigger. And anyway, what you need to keep in mind, it's not trade that matters so much for the UK, it's services. So and even under WTO, services wouldn't be covered. So the UK will be hit immeasurably harder by a hard Brexit. This is why running down the clock just doesn't work.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.